Hey, people, what's good? It's Janet Illuminati. Janet Illuminati is the glitch. And today we're going to talk about the New World Order. A lot of people don't even believe in the New World Order, or, they're thinking it's not real, or there's not really such a bad agenda that they have going, that they're trying to save the world, and which is all, we all know it's not true. First, I'd like to give you a quote, J. Rockefeller. And he said that the internet should have never existed. It's a threat to national security. Okay, what he's basically saying there is that ever since the internet was introduced and released to the people, that we would be able to find our own information now, that we would be able to do our own research and find out exactly what they're doing. And in most cases, they were so flippant about it. They didn't care. They did all these. They had all these meetings. They put down all these agendas for everybody to see what's going on. Agenda 21. There's the Georgia Guidestones, which are saying what they really want to do. They want to bring down the population to under 500 million. It's all out there. They want to enforce the police and bring about the police state. And we're finding all these things out, and it's not really hidden. It's all documented. And if you research it, you will find it. And the thing that we do on the glitch is, I'm not going to sit here and do no long, drawn-out conversations about every single aspect or every single, organization that's involved in the New World Order. That's something that you need to do on your own. That's the main thing about the glitch. It's just put an idea out there and let you research it yourself, because there's nothing anybody can say that can really enlighten you. You have to enlighten yourself on these things that are happening. So with that said, we're going to do some name dropping. And there's another thing that JFK Senior, he also has a quote here that speaks about these secret societies that he wanted to expose. And he said, quote, "There is a plot in this country to enslave every man, woman, and child. And he said, before I leave this high and noble office, I intend to expose this plot." And he said that 7 days before he was assassinated. So basically, these people are, they don't want you to expose them. They don't want you talking about them. And that's too bad, because some of us don't give a shit. We're not afraid to expose you. We're not afraid to drop your agendas. We're not afraid to name drop. We're not afraid to talk about the organizations that you have and every channel of Freemasons, Illuminati, everything. We're dropping it. We're going to let you know who these people are, and the Bilderberg group and all that I spoke about, and their Agenda 21, which I already spoke about in other videos here. So basically, what they want to do is they want to control everything, and they have an agenda. And even the Pope spoke about this agenda when he was here in 2015. He said it's time to release the agenda. Some of these, I just wrote down a few things, but I'm just speaking from what I remember, from what I've learned in the past about this New World Order. There's actually three major groups of people that are handling everything. And basically, the Vatican is in charge of the religious aspect of our lives. They want to control all the religion. Eventually, that's what the Pope will ask for, the one world religion, where we won't have a choice within our own spirituality. We won't have a choice anymore. So that's one of the people that are, one of the groups that that's just the part that they're going to control is the religion, is the Vatican. And then you have the United Kingdom and the royals that control the money. And of course, you have the third party is the United States, which is which is the war machine to make all their agendas come true. So they're we are the muscle behind all this agenda. And as you know, anytime that a country does something that the United States doesn't like or the New World Order doesn't like, we send in our troops and we bring them their democracy. And that's how they handle things. Okay, so these three groups are in charge of everything. But there's also, I'm just going to name off a few names, and the best thing you can do if you want to find out more about the New World Order is research yourself. There was a speech made by George H.W. Bush in 1990, I believe, towards the United Nations, that they plan to bring about this New World Order. That's another speech that you can research and look it up yourself. He says that something to the effect where they will be bringing about this New World Order, a world which he wants to create a world which the rule of law is the basis of all the rules, of all the laws. And they seem to think that the New World Order is actually a one world order where everybody obeys, everybody prays to the same religion, everybody has to be all under control because that's what they want. They want to control everything. So we can't let that happen. And the internet, as Jay Rockefeller mentioned, is a threat to their national security. It's not a threat to national security. It's a threat to their ideas, to their agenda to enslave us. That's what it's a threat to. And of course, Anonymous is in there hacking and exposing and everything that they do. So the New World Order is real. The New World Order has been spoken about by many people, and I've even seen videos where they say, oh, the New World Order doesn't exist how you believe it is, and blah, 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 and it's just to help. And help who? It's not helping us. That's what's going on right now, is not helping us at all. It's all about control. It's all about fear. So, the New World Order, just look it up. The factions, there's I can name off a few things. The Bilderberg Group is the people that they sit down and have their meetings every year, and they plan their agenda, what they're going to do to us and how they're going to get down and what they're going to do within the year. And so there's that. And then there's the Trilateral Commission. There's the United Nations. There's the Jesuit Order in the Catholic Church that is really in control of everything. It's in control of the CIA, FBI, all these other organizations all fall under the category of the Jesuits. They do what the Jesuit Order of the Catholic Church wants. And when I can't even get into detail about what these monstrosities do to the children and how they pick certain areas to just they go into different countries and they destroy everything, they steal, and they go after their natural resources, and they don't care about the people there. They start wars with these people. Whoever doesn't obey or do exactly what they want, we're going to war with them, And it's so there's not freedom here at all. There's no freedom at all. It's just ridiculous, and they need to be exposed. People need to find out. There's a faction called the Illuminati. The Bavarian Illuminati started in 1776, exactly in May, a few months before the United States became a country or whatever. The United States, here's another thing, the United States is not a country, it's the Virginia Company of Great Britain. And, we're not even a country. We're really, what they do is they use our people as the muscle of the military to bring about their agenda and go after people that don't obey. So, they're not fighting for our freedom. They're not really fighting for our freedom. They're fighting for an agenda that's already been planned by these people. And there's, like I said, there's a Jesuit Order. There's the Knights of Malta as another organization. There's, you can find out, FBI, everything is involved. All these factions are tied into the Jesuit Order, which is run by the Black Pope. And it doesn't mean the Pope is black. It's just there's a Pope that we know, that we see all the time, whatever. And then there's one that really runs everything, all the grimy stuff that they're gonna do to us. But like I said, the New World Order is real. They have their agenda. JFK tried to expose them, and he was killed for it. And don't think that Trump is not part of it. He is. These people don't care about us. They have their agenda. They're going to depopulate. They want to control. And they want to bring about their New World Order no matter what. So the best thing we can do is do our own research and look up all these factions of the New World Order. The Illuminati has different factions. They're involved in the music industry and the entertainment industry. And what these people do is they sexualize everything. And then they debase spirituality. And they make materialism something that you need to, they embed that into you. That you have to be materialistic. And that way you're not, there's no spiritual growth there, They just got us all trapped. But where they have their agenda and it's been exposed, it's up to us to either remain ignorant or to find out what's really going on and figure out a way to find loopholes and not be the victims that they plan on us. We're not victims. They haven't done it already because there's a mass awakening also happening right now, where a lot of people are asking questions and they're curious to know why all these things are happening right now, and what is the basis of all this, because they really have no answer for anything and they keep switching it up. And again, they had their Agenda 21 all set up, and then the internet came out. And then people started waking up and finding things out on their own. And it threw a monkey wrench in their agenda. So they created Agenda 2030, which is, of course, Agenda 21 is for next year. But they created Agenda 2030 because we threw a monkey wrench in their Agenda 21. So they had to revamp what they were doing. And we got them on the run. Just all the information that's on the internet. If you want to remain ignorant, it's up to you, but you don't have to. You can look everything up that I'm saying. Look up all these organizations, like I said, the Knights of Malta, the Jesuits, the Vatican itself, the royals that are stealing money, stealing all the resources from everywhere. The Queen is walking around with crowns encrusted with jewels that were stolen from Africa. And all this stuff, that's been going on, and the enslavement of people, and this need to gain more material stuff, to keep your mind off of spirituality. That's all works hand in hand. And the sad part is when we try to expose this agenda to many people, they start believing that, oh my God, what is this person saying? They seem aggressive. They seem angry. And believe it or not, I could not be cooler or happier right now. But, talking about these things, because I know somebody out there will get it and they will do the research and they will be aware, at least, of what's going on and take steps to take care of their family, to take care of themselves, to look for that spirituality that you're going to need in order to navigate all these things that they plan for us, And it all starts with us. They still can't do it because many of us are waking up and, we're not going to follow orders. We're going to stop, we're going to take care of ourselves. I mean, it goes down even to a food that we're eating, they're controlling. And that fluoride that they're putting in your water is not for your teeth. It's to deaden your pineal gland, which is the connection that you feel with everybody, your spirituality. They went right after that. That's their biggest horror, their biggest fear. The New World Order is that people wake up and start becoming spiritual and start asking questions and start researching and seeing the truth that they never really hid, because a lot of this stuff is public knowledge. You can easily look it up and find out. So the New World Order is not fake, and it's not for us. It's not to save the world or save the planet or feed everybody or heal everybody. On the contrary, they want to get rid of 7 billion people. So this is why they created genetically modified organisms. This is why it's so important for them to mess with your DNA, to deaden your spirituality, to make you into zombies, and that way their agenda can just roll smoothly. But the internet was the monkey wrench in their agenda. The internet put the world at your fingertips. That way, if you have any questions about anything that I'm saying, look it up yourself. You know, that's another thing that people want. Oh, well, give me a link to show. Find it yourself. You want to save yourself? Find it yourself. If it's important to you, you will do it. You know, and this idea that we are being aggressive or angry people, or we want to fight you or argue with you. Nobody this way wants to argue with anyone. I'm down with the Socratic method of debate. I'm down with people that have different ideas than I do. I welcome that. I want to see what you got. You know what I mean? Drop some info. Let me see the sources of this info. Let me see what you got. Let's talk. I'm not afraid to talk to anybody about any of these things. You know what I'm saying? Because how else are we going to learn and grow? We have to find out different points of view and where people are coming from. And yeah, I get to the, when it gets to the point where people start clapping at me and saying bitch and fuck and this and that and you're an idiot or blah, 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 that's when the conversation ends, and 99% I will block your ass because I don't want to hear that shit. If you can't discuss things civilly, then this is no place to just take it somewhere else. Because I'm not for that. I'm for civil debate. I'm for people waking up. We don't do this because we're angry. We do this because we're generally concerned about our world and about you and about your families and your children. And this is why we risk coming out here talking about these things. We don't do it for ourselves. As you can see, I do that myself. Of course, I have friends that I love very much that say, oh, we'll hook you up with a nice video. We'll put I would like that. But the main thing is the message that I'm trying to say. If you want to be entertained, go watch a movie. This is about a message that will help you understand what's going on in our world. That nobody here this way is trying to fight. I definitely don't want to argue with anybody. The fight in me, if I do have any issues and stuff with anger or whatever, it's because of the things that they're doing. Them, not you. I'm trying to help you. We're all trying to expose these things and have you wake up out of love. But yeah, we do get angry at a lot of people that are like, oh, well, blah, blah. Okay, if people want to debate with you and talk to you about things, that means that they're thinking about it. You open their mind about something. They're not saying no, they're just saying, wait a minute, this is what I heard before. And then, okay, then research. Let's talk together and we'll research and find out exactly what you need to know. Okay, but this idea that we're angry and want to fight and argue, that's something that comes from people that are so statist. They're so inert. They're so dependent on the system, just like the Matrix says, that they will fight. They will fight you. You're not fighting them. They'll fight you because you're messing with their conformity. You're fucking with their conformity. They just want to sit back and, I pay my taxes, I do this, that, live their life and this and that, whatever. But, go ahead and do it. That's what you want to do. But some of us out here are hot-wired. We're hot-wired to expose all this corruption and evil that damn well I know you've asked yourself, what the hell is going on? Why do bad people seem to be able to thrive in this environment? Why do people that are greedy seem to be always successful? Why do people that step on other people to get ahead so that their lips can reach the ass of the status quo? They'll step on you just so their lips can reach the ass of the status quo. A lot of that shit going on. A lot of materialism. A lot of shit's being sexualized that, that shouldn't be. Things on TV is like you're watching a movie or whatever. Oh, what a great movie. What a great storyline. And boom, there you have it. Tits and ass everywhere. And why do we need to see that? Get to the point. Okay, they made love and this and that. Let's get to the... But no, everything is emphasize on the emphasis is on distraction of your spirituality. It's on distraction of you wanting to find out the truth, because if you're comfortable in the system that they have in place, and you really don't want to rock the boat, you just want to float, you just want to go on and stuff. But some of us, it bothers us. There's a whole bunch of us out here that it irritates us to know that there's children being put in these concentration camps, that there's child trafficking going on. Nobody wants to hear that. Oh, no, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to believe it, this and that and whatever. And I'll tell you, one of the hardest things to get people to care about is the child trafficking that's been taking place. And one of the main persons that initiated or, they helped these pedophiles, they enabled these pedophiles, was Hillary Clinton, when she wrote that Adoption Safe Families Act, where they take the children out of homes, single family homes. And a lot of times, a lot of these parents, might be a single parent, they might be on drugs, they might not care about their kids, and their kids get taken away. I know lots of people like that. I know quite a few that really don't give a shit about their kids, and they have had all their children taken away, and this is justifiable for them to do it. But there's a lot of people out there that's not justifiable. They might have left their child, walked on the street for a second, or the child got away from them. Whoop, they picked up the kid, and that's it. And then they find themselves having to fight the system to try to get their child back. But in the process, that child is put through so much stress and drama, and God only knows what kind of things can happen to them while they're not with the parents. You know what I mean? But Hillary Clinton and the whole system has this thing where they traffic the children, and they pay the CPS workers or agents money for every child they swipe. So, things like this, we could fight. We could start a petition and demand that they amend the Adoption Safe Families Act, like I wanted to do, and I've sent a couple of petitions out, but that's not going to work. But, it doesn't work because people won't sign the petition. They don't want to hear about these things. But there's a lot of shit going on that we can avoid, that we can fight back on. And the New World Order has, like I said, it's really like a one world order where they want everything included, everything in one, like the Georgia Guidestone says, just one rule, one law, one religion for everybody. And there's no way you can break free of that. Once they get that, they already started implementing it. Once they got their foot in there already. So it's up to us to fight them, not fight each other. Fight them. You want to get mad at somebody or be scared of somebody? Be scared of your government right now. Be scared of all the governments right now. Don't be scared of me. I don't bite. I'm not the enemy here. Okay? So the main thing is that people that are speaking truth are not your enemies. Okay? If you can't handle the truth, then just walk away. Keep your mouth shut and walk away. I can't handle the truth, and go live your life and do whatever. They're going to get rid of 7 billion anyway. So as long as there's people like you that don't give a shit and follow orders, you'll be the first ones to go. But some of us are going to fight. Okay? Some of us ain't going to play this shit. But anyway, I wanted to make this short and sweet. And look it up. The New World Order consists of the Bilderberg Group. Their agenda is Agenda 21, which turned into Agenda 2030. There's the Jesuit Orders that runs the Trilateral Commission, the CIA, the FBI, all these organizations that say that they're trying to help or they're going after the bad guys. They're really the bad guys. They are the bad guys, not us. All this shit wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for all their plans for us, all their desire to control, the desire to destroy what they can't control, the desire to destroy us, destroy our spirituality, hurt our children, poison our food, poison our air, poison our water. These are things that are not normal. You want to talk about normal? You think people that are speaking the truth are not normal and are angry. But did you take 5 seconds to look around? Have you looked in the sky and seen those lines up in the sky that they're spraying us with? Have you seen how a lot of people, how they're going after people just to kill them? The police just run wild and kill whoever they want to. You don't find a problem with that? You don't have a problem with the children being taken from their parents at the border or anywhere? You know, you don't seem to have a problem staying home, even though this disease is 98% of people will survive it, and they don't talk about people that survive it. They only talk about the handful of deaths that are coming out of this. And it's usually people that already had diseases prior to this. So you don't have a problem with staying home and wearing a mask everywhere you go? I'm more afraid of you than you are afraid of me by speaking the truth. Because it's people like that are asleep like that don't care and want to get argumentative and are afraid to hear the truth and shut everybody out and don't want to hear it. That's the problem. You're the main problem. You are making it easy for them to implement their fucking agenda on us. You're making it so easy for them to control because you follow the orders. You don't buck them. Yes, whatever you say, I'll do. It's okay, you know? This is the problem. People that are complacent, conformity is a killer of freedom. Okay, and you know, you're all mad at the wrong ones. You're mad at the ones that are trying to expose these evil agenda, which only that just screams brainwashing. You know what I mean? You're so conform, you're so inert, you can't think for yourself. You just want everything to flow, and you're so, oh, I love you, and I love this, and I love that, and blah, 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 and everything is cool, everything's fine, everything's blah, blah, blah. What a beautiful day, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, sure, I can get down with that. That's the way I am 99.9% of the time. Very happy and at peace with myself, and I love myself, and everything is cool right now. Nothing is affecting me, but I don't have that disease called apathy. Okay, the biggest disease that's going to destroy the world, that's going to really end us all, is not coronavirus, it's not AIDS, it's not Ebola, it's none of these diseases. It's not even wars. The biggest disease of mankind is apathy, not giving a damn, not caring what happens. That's what gives them the upper hand when you don't give a shit and you just go with the flow and you want to be all pretend like you're all, oh yeah, this is fine, this is great. How could you fucking sleep at night knowing some of the shit that's going on? You think there's something wrong with us because we want to expose it? On the contrary, there's something very wrong with people that continue to support a system that is oppressing and abusing children and everybody and destroying the planet. There's something wrong with you, not me. We're fine. We know what's going on, and we still have that, sure, we have that love and peace within ourselves, but we are aware of what's going on, and we're going to try to put a monkey wrench on it. The internet. Wake up, people. This is the way you wake up. A lot of people are on Facebook. Like, I see a lot of people on Facebook, and they're like, they post their little, what they have for dinner, and look what I